This is the story of Elisha and the Shunammite woman, a tale of generosity, faith, and a miracle that brought a dead child back to life. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. It helps a lot, especially since the YouTube algorithm doesn't love to promote this kind of content. Let's jump in. In the ancient town of Shunem, there lived a wealthy woman. She often saw the prophet Elisha passing by. He was a man of God traveling on his mission, and she felt moved to help him. One day, she urged Elisha to stop in for a meal. From then on, whenever he traveled through Shunem, he knew he had a place to rest and eat. But she didn't stop there. She told her husband, "Let's build a small room on the roof and furnish it with a bed, a table, a chair, and a lamp for him to use whenever he comes by." This woman didn't just give leftovers. She offered her best, her space, her resources, and her care without expecting anything in return. Elisha was so touched by her kindness that he asked how he could repay her. She didn't ask for reward. She had everything she needed, or so she thought. But Elisha's servant Gehazi pointed out, "She has no son, and her husband is old." In ancient times, having no heir was a source of grief and insecurity. So Elisha called her in and made a startling promise. "About this time next year you will hold a son in your arms." She was shocked, almost in disbelief, and said, "No, my lord, don't mislead your servant." But sure enough, a year later she gave birth to a son. Imagine the joy and the fear of receiving something you'd long given up hope for. Years passed and the child grew. One day he was out in the fields with his father when he suddenly cried out, "My head! My head!" The father told a servant to carry the boy to his mother. She held him on her lap until noon, and then he died. This is the moment when faith faces its ultimate test. The Shunammite woman did something remarkable. She didn't prepare for burial. She laid her son on Elisha's bed, shut the door, and went straight to find the prophet. She told no one her grief, not her husband, not the servant, because she knew only God could help. When she reached Elisha, she fell at his feet. In anguish, she cried, "Did I ask you for a son, my lord? Didn't I say, don't raise my hopes?" Elisha understood her pain immediately and followed her home. It's one of my favorite moments because it shows the raw honesty of faith. She didn't pretend to be strong. She just clung to God. Elisha went into the room, shut the door, and prayed to God. He lay on the boy, mouth to mouth, eyes to eyes, hands to hands. The child's body grew warm. Elisha paced the room, then repeated the process. Suddenly, the boy sneezed 7 times and opened his eyes. Elisha called the woman and said, "Take your son." She fell at his feet, overwhelmed, then picked up her living child. If that doesn't give you chills, I don't know what will. This story is so much more than a miracle report. It's about generosity. The woman opened her home to a stranger without strings attached. It's about faith. When tragedy struck, she didn't give up. She ran straight to God. And it's about hope. Even when everything seems lost, there's still room for restoration. Maybe you've been in a season of heartbreak or disappointment. Maybe you've dared to hope, only to feel crushed when things fell apart. This story reminds us, keep believing. Keep reaching out. Miracles can still happen.